Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fight to Survive 2015 post-show wrap-up. A lot happened here tonight. We got a lot of ground to cover, but the first thing we want to cover is the Melbourne City Wrestling Inter-Commonwealth Championship Tournament continues. We had two semi-finals here tonight, the first of which was Marcus Pitt versus Mr. Juicy.
As we've seen before, Marcus Pitt continually going for that German suplex, but at the end of the day, it was Mr. Juicy using the crowd here at the MCW Arena and advancing into the final for the Inter-Commonwealth title.
Now, the key thing to note is that we had JXT at ringside with us for commentary, and when he saw Marcus Pitt attempt to bring a steel chair into the contest, he interjected himself, preventing Marcus Pitt from once again cheating to win, and that was a key factor allowing Mr. Juicy to move to the finals at our next event. Up next, it was Axe 2 Grind, the team of Josh the Axe Shooter and Fox Grinder in tag team action here tonight when they took on the Los Luchas.
Well, sometimes just a team that are opposites just work together, and Josh the Axe Shooter and Fox Grinder are that team. Mark my words, Axe to Grind is a tag team to keep your eye on. And then we move on to what was a very controversial match. Two of the best female wrestlers I've ever seen. Evie returning from New Zealand, taking on Kelly Skater. And what a match this was, Andy. This was fast-paced, it was even contest, but then things just turned around a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah, it did end very controversially. It ended in a double count-out. The referee, Edwin Lay, initially throwing it out. However, it was Kelly Skater who requested for 5 more minutes. It looked like Evie didn't want it, but ultimately the referee granted it. But within seconds of granting the 5-minute extension, Evie sneaks in the back door with the quick roll at 1, 2, 3, and she's out of here like a thief in the night. Now, the South Australian serial killers are our current Melbourne City Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They decided to offer an open challenge to any tag team in Australia to face them for the titles here tonight. And who accepted their challenge?
It was none other than Jay Andrews and Mike Burr of Hardway Inc. offering a challenge of their own, that if they are going to fight for the tag team titles, it's going to be on their terms, and they wanted a street fight.
Well, what started out as an initial brawl quickly spilled into a very messy affair. Tables were being brought in, and every single member of that match actually went through a table. It was looking like a hell of a car crash, and I thought we were going to get new tag team champions, but that's when Axe to Grind decided to come out. Josh Shooter is a member of Hardway Inc., but that's when Josh the Axe Shooter broke the hearts of every single Melbourne City Wrestling fan by betraying the team and actually aiding the South Australian serial killers to victory.
And then the match that I was waiting for. It was teacher versus student. And what a match it was, Andy.
It was pride versus arrogance. The arrogance of Emmanuel to think that he could replace his own coach. The pride of Carlo Cashmany Cannon returning from injury to teach his prize student a lesson. What we saw today was just impossible. It was Emmanuel who finally drove the stake through the heart of Carlo Cashmany Cannon, and now it looks like that the estate with their prince, Emmanuel, is at the forefront here in Melbourne City Wrestling. Then it was time for the second semi-final when my boy, the Dow Dog, Dowie James, came to the ring, and he's now one step closer to claiming his rightful place as the Inter-Commonwealth champion. But admittedly, he had some pretty damn stiff competition in the form of Damien Slater.
Well, two guys are almost a mirror images of each other. We've seen the technical excellence of both of these two. We've seen the speed, we've seen the strength, but it was Dowie James continuing the role that he's on and making Slater tap, something you don't see very often. Dowie James versus Mr. Juicy. One of those men will walk out of Essendon, the new Inter-Commonwealth champion, August 8th in this very building at Crowning of a Champion.
Then to finish off the show, our champion, Elliot Sexton, would be in action here tonight against another of Tommy Hellfire's hand-picked opponents. This time he chose a 16-year pro in the form of Havoc.
Hellfire is picking men that he knows can destroy Elliot Sexton, and Havoc was one of those men. He was a mercenary tonight, but just as champions do, Elliot Sexton getting up and getting the victory tonight and walking out your champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to join us next month, Saturday, August 8th. It's going to be here in the MCW Arena, crowning a champion, and it's going to be headlined by Dowie James versus Mr. Juicy. Both men are on a road of redemption. Both men have something to prove, but only one can claim the Inter-Commonwealth Championship.
Well, that's been the post-show wrap-up. I'm Travis Houston.
And I'm Lord Andy Coyne.
And we'll see you at the next show.